Do this, and she'll chase you even if she's with another man. Old Stoic wisdom. Picture this. You enter a room, and without uttering a single word, you capture the attention of everyone around you. Not because you're trying to impress, not because you're playing a role, but because there's an undeniable energy about you. Women feel it. Men acknowledge it. You've transformed into what the Stoics called the sage, a man who has conquered himself, and in doing so, he radiates an effortless magnetism. Today, I'm going to reveal the timeless principles and psychological insights that distinguish the man who pursues from the man who is pursued, the man who seeks validation from the man who commands respect, the man who lives in lack from the man who thrives in abundance. What you're about to learn goes beyond superficial tactics or manipulative tricks. This is about becoming the kind of man who naturally attracts not just romantic interest, but also lasting friendships, lucrative opportunities, and success in every facet of life, drawing from the wisdom of ancient Stoics, backed by evolutionary psychology and modern human behavior insights. I'm offering you a blueprint that most men will never uncover, until now. The greatest victory is victory over oneself, the Stoics. Now, let's dive into how you can begin to embody this powerful transformation. 1. Natural attraction and inner energy. Imagine walking into a room, and suddenly, everyone takes notice. It's not because you're trying to show off or put on a facade, but because your energy, your presence, is undeniable. Women feel it. Men respect it. You've reached that elusive state that the ancient Stoics called the sage, the man who has mastered himself, and in doing so becomes naturally magnetic. This magnetic presence is not a matter of looks or status. It's about something deeper, something rooted in old Stoic wisdom. It's the iron mind at work, a man who is grounded in his own self-mastery, operating not from desperation or neediness, but from a position of abundance. The difference between men who chase and men who are chased lies in this very foundation. Men who beg for attention, who grovel for approval, are driven by a scarcity mindset. They need validation. They crave admiration. But the man who commands respect, who draws people in without lifting a finger, has cultivated an iron mind. He understands the Stoic principles. His worth is not contingent on others. He is complete on his own. His power lies in his ability to remain unmoved by external circumstances, not swayed by the approval of others, and certainly not desperate for anyone's attention. This isn't something that can be faked. It comes from understanding that true attraction, true influence, is the result of inner strength. You must stop looking for validation outside yourself. Don't wait for someone else to fill the void within. Instead, focus on becoming the best version of yourself, the one who doesn't need anyone to feel complete. The Stoic principles of self-control, discipline, and inner peace will transform you into the man who is not only respected, but who women naturally gravitate toward, even if they're already with someone else. Old Stoic wisdom tells us that to attract others, you must first master the art of mastering yourself. When you do that, you become a force, irresistible, powerful, and magnetic. 2. The difference between the chaser and the chased. What I'm about to share with you isn't a trick. Don't confuse it with pickup artistry. Don't mistake it for manipulation. This goes far deeper. This is about becoming a man who doesn't need to chase, because he is the kind of man worth chasing. A man who carries himself in such a way that women, opportunities, friendships, and success all gravitate toward him without begging or scheming. That is the essence of old Stoic wisdom, now confirmed by both evolutionary psychology and modern behavioral science. Think of it like this. The chaser is the man who scrambles, who clings, who hopes to be chosen. He waits for permission. He asks, "Am I enough?" And because of that, he rarely is. He becomes forgettable, invisible, disposable. The chased, however, is different. He is rooted, he is steady. He doesn't need to prove his worth, because his life already demonstrates it. He is a man walking the paths of wisdom, guided by Stoic rules that tell him, be disciplined, be unmoved by chaos, be the prize, not the pursuer. Imagine a flame and a moth. The flame doesn't run after the moth, pleading to be noticed. The flame simply burns, bright, steady, unshaken, and the moth cannot help but draw near, even if it means leaving something else behind. That's practical stoicism at work. You must decide which man you want to be, the one who exhausts himself chasing, or the one who builds himself so strong, so centered, so undeniable, that others naturally chase him. Don't underestimate this shift. It's not about lines, tricks, or moves. It's about becoming the man who embodies composure, clarity, and quiet power, a man who follows the paths of wisdom, not the paths of desperation. Stop chasing. Start building. That is how she'll chase you, even if she's with another man. 3. Social proof and the role of internal self-respect. If you want to understand how to make women chase you, even if they're already with another man, you must first understand the timeless wisdom of the Stoics. The foundation of true attraction is not about flaunting your wealth, status, or achievements. Those things only signal insecurity. It's about your internal state, your self-respect, and your ability to remain calm, centered, and unwavering in the face of external chaos. As Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, put it, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is the key to mastering attraction, power, and influence. The real secret lies within you, not in the material world. The strongest man is the one who is unaffected by the opinions or judgments of others. And when you embody this mindset, you will naturally command attention. Your confidence isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about knowing your worth without needing external validation. Women, especially those with high emotional intelligence, pick up on this energy instantly. They can sense desperation from miles away, but they're irresistibly drawn to a man who is calm, assured, and self-respecting. This isn't theory. This is how human nature operates. The needy man is the one who constantly seeks approval, and in doing so, he chases women away. The man who understands that his worth is intrinsic, that it doesn't depend on anyone's opinion, naturally attracts women who are drawn to his strength and inner peace. Remember what Marcus Aurelius said in his Meditations. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you embody this Stoic principle, you command the respect of everyone around you, including women. In today's world, where so many are seeking external validation, the man who remains emotionally grounded and self-respecting is an anomaly. He is magnetic. You must make it your mission to become this man. Build a fortress of self-worth, and watch as women, regardless of their current situation, are drawn to you. It's not manipulation. It's simply a law of nature. When you embrace the principles of Stoicism, you win. You must remain unaffected by the trivialities of life and develop a mind that cannot be shaken. That is how you master attraction. That is how you master life. When you understand Epictetus's words and live by them, you'll no longer chase. You will be chased. If you find this valuable, comment below and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Positive affirmation for comment. I'm a man of self-respect, and my worth is not determined by others. Leave that comment below to interact with the channel and remind yourself of the powerful truth shared here. 4. Internal locus of control. The key to becoming the man women chase, even when they're already with someone else, lies in what psychologists call the internal locus of control. This concept is rooted in Old Stoic wisdom, where individuals with this mindset understand that they are the primary architects of their own destiny. They don't blame circumstances, bad luck, or other people for the challenges they face. Instead, they focus on what they can control, how they act, how they respond, and how they continue to develop themselves. These men are rare and highly attractive because they possess something that most don't: the ability to own their lives. This is not about being loud or trying to prove your worth at every turn. Real confidence is quiet, rooted in Stoic principles. It's the ability to remain calm under pressure, to not flinch when things get tough. You don't need to dominate conversations or flaunt your accomplishments. A man with an iron mind doesn't fill every moment with noise. He knows when to listen, when to speak, and when to be silent. True confidence is self-assuredness, a calm belief in yourself that doesn't need external validation. The power of an internal locus of control is that it shifts the focus back to what's within your grasp, and not on the whims of others or external forces. This stoic mindset, this iron mind, makes you magnetic in a way that has nothing to do with boasting or being the loudest in the room. It's the subtle, powerful presence of a man who is comfortable with who he is. Flaws and all, women will naturally be drawn to that, because they sense that this is a man who is in control, who doesn't need anything from anyone, who is simply living his best life. When you master this internal control, you become not just a leader in your life, but a magnetic force that others are irresistibly drawn to. 5. Outcome independence. Let's dive into a principle that can shift not just your approach to dating, but how you live your life in general. It's called outcome independence. And believe me, this is a game changer. Outcome independence means you're truly okay with whatever result comes your way. If a woman is into you, fantastic. If she's not, no sweat. This isn't about playing cool or pretending not to care. It's about genuinely being so fulfilled in your own life that the approval of others, particularly someone you fancy, holds no weight in your sense of self-worth. This is about owning your path and your happiness, independent of external validation. Now, let's break this down a little deeper. Why does outcome independence work so well? Here's where it gets interesting. The less you care about someone's approval, the more likely you are to get it. Sounds paradoxical, right? It's not magic, it's human nature. When you're indifferent to outcomes, you signal something far more attractive than desperation, strength, and security. Women, like all humans, have an instinct to avoid anyone who seems needy. Desperation triggers something called mate-guarding anxiety, which is a psychological phenomenon where the person being chased feels the need to protect themselves from someone who may be overly attached or possessive. In short, neediness screams emotional instability. You must understand this desperation is a turn-off. It reeks of insecurity. Women instinctively avoid men who seem to need them more than they need themselves, as this signals a potential for emotional chaos. So, the key is to stop seeking validation through other people. When you stop needing approval, you automatically become more attractive. That's just the way it is. You might wonder, how do I actually get there? It's simple. Live a full life. Fill your time with things that make you happy, that give you purpose, and keep you engaged. Practice practical stoicism. Cultivate an inner peace that doesn't rely on outside forces. Pursue your goals with determination and focus on self-mastery. The more you invest in your own growth, the less you'll crave someone else's attention. And when you're genuinely at peace with yourself, you'll be far more magnetic to others. This is one of the Stoic rules that the ancient philosophers embraced. Find fulfillment in yourself first. You must be the master of your own happiness, regardless of anyone else's behavior. When you practice this kind of emotional independence, you create a life so rich, so complete, that the need for someone else's approval becomes irrelevant. That's true power, and women instinctively gravitate toward that kind of strength. To make it even clearer, imagine you're the type of man who lives by the paths of wisdom. You're disciplined, you're ambitious, you know what you want, and you don't wait around for someone to give you permission to pursue it. Your life is already full, and you're just fine whether someone joins in or not. When you stop seeking validation, you free yourself from the emotional drama that comes with chasing approval. And the irony, this freedom makes you infinitely more attractive. So, remember this, don't be needy, don't chase approval. Instead, be fulfilled in yourself. When you take this path, you're not just improving your dating life, you're transforming the way you approach every aspect of life, thanks to the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. By embracing outcome independence, you unlock a powerful shift. Your focus moves inward, away from what others think, and into your own growth and fulfillment. And in doing so, you'll discover that not only does this make you more desirable, It makes you a far stronger and more grounded man. 6. The importance of living with purpose. Living with purpose is the foundation of true attraction, and it is something you must actively cultivate if you want to command attention and respect from others, particularly women. Understand this. You must have a mission in life that transcends your relationships, whether it's building a business, mastering a craft, contributing to your community, or relentlessly pursuing personal excellence. This mission should consume you. Your purpose must be the center of your world. Everything else, including your relationships, should orbit around it. The pursuit of something bigger than yourself is what makes you truly interesting, magnetic, and attractive. Women are not drawn to men who merely exist. They are attracted to men who are actively doing something, men with a purpose, a mission, and a vision for their future. This is not about wealth or fame. It's about having a clear direction, an unwavering focus, and a burning desire to become better every day. As the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means your responses, your actions, and your judgments are what shape your life. The opinions of others, how they see you or what they think, are irrelevant. You control only what you can, your character, your discipline, and your growth. When you fully internalize this principle, it's a game changer. Stop wasting energy on controlling others' perceptions. Instead, turn your attention inward and focus on becoming the best version of yourself. This is how you tap into the true power of Stoicism to win in life. By becoming a man who is driven by purpose and anchored in self-improvement, you make yourself irresistible. Women are instinctively attracted to men who are leaders in their own lives. This is not a passive process. It is about forging your path, day by day, with determination and a clear understanding that everything you do must align with your greater mission. In doing so, you'll find that women will begin to chase you, not because you seek their attention, but because you have something far more important than their validation. You have a purpose, and that is irresistible. Remember, your success is not about the pursuit of validation. It's about fulfilling your purpose. As Epictetus wisely put it, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. You must live with purpose, master your life, and win with stoic resolve. Let this be the foundation of your success, and watch as women, even those in relationships, begin to see you as the man they want to be with. If you find today's content useful to you, don't forget to share your feelings and lessons with us, or simply comment, "Very cool." It's a great encouragement for our channel makers. Thank you very much. 7. The role of physical fitness and emotional intelligence. The truth is, physical fitness is more than just about looking good. Yes, being in shape can make you more physically attractive, but the real magic lies in what it does for your mind. When you commit to a rigorous fitness routine, whether it's a weightlifting, martial arts, or another demanding discipline, you are not just sculpting your body, you're forging an iron mind. This is the foundation of Old Stoic wisdom, pushing through discomfort, consistently improving, and mastering the art of self-control. Each drop of sweat, every muscle ache, reinforces the idea that you have the power to transform yourself. You are building more than just physical strength. You're creating mental resilience and discipline that spills over into every other part of your life. The discipline that comes from maintaining a high level of fitness is contagious. It shapes how you show up every day, not just in the gym, but in your work, relationships, and decisions. You begin to prioritize what matters, delay gratification, and finish what you start. These qualities are incredibly attractive because they signal to others that you are a man who can be relied upon, a man who follows through on his promises and can make tough decisions when the time comes. This is where Stoic principles come into play. The man who can master his body is the one who can master his life. If you are physically disciplined, you show the world that you can handle life's challenges with focus and resolve. However, physical fitness is only one side of the coin. Emotional intelligence is just as vital, if not more so, because it impacts how you interact with others. Men who are emotionally intelligent don't let their feelings take control. They don't overreact to criticism or rejection. They don't take things personally. They remain calm, steady, and composed even when things get tough. This emotional stability is magnetic because it makes people feel safe, especially women. Women crave men who offer them emotional security, not by shutting down their own emotions, but by being able to experience them without losing control. Being emotionally intelligent means you can feel anger without becoming destructive, disappointment without bitterness, or excitement without chaos. The Stoic principles of emotional mastery help you balance your feelings, rather than letting them rule you. When you can control your emotions, you are present, focused, and able to connect with others on a deeper level. This is a rare quality that will make people want to be around you. Instead of being trapped in your own insecurities or desires, you can genuinely listen, respond thoughtfully, and create authentic bonds. This balance of physical fitness and emotional intelligence is the secret weapon that makes you irresistible, not just because of your body, but because of your mind, your self-control, and the way you make others feel safe and understood. In summary, if you want to attract and keep her, you must focus on the long game, work on your physical fitness, but understand that it's about much more than just looking good. Build your iron mind with discipline, resilience, and the will to overcome challenges. Strengthen your emotional intelligence by remaining calm and present, no matter the situation. Women are drawn to men who show emotional stability, who aren't ruled by their emotions, and who can offer security and connection. In doing so, you become a man who doesn't just stand out in a crowd. He becomes the one people can't forget, the one others gravitate toward. This is the power of Old Stoic wisdom. A man who has control over his body and mind is the man who can command attention, respect, and love. 8. Emotional intelligence and connection. In today's world, where everyone's glued to their phones, presence has become a rare and highly valuable commodity. And let me tell you, when a man truly shows up, emotionally and mentally, he stands out. This is not about playing games or using pickup lines. It's about cultivating a presence so magnetic that it draws people in without effort. We're talking about true communication. No gimmicks, no manipulation, just pure, genuine connection. What makes someone magnetic isn't just the ability to talk, it's the ability to listen, to understand, and to make others feel heard. You must become genuinely interesting. Yes, but just as importantly, you must become genuinely interested in others. This isn't about mastering the art of small talk. It's about engaging on a deeper level, real, meaningful conversations that go beyond surface-level chatter. Interesting people are different. They aren't stuck in a narrow box. They read books, they travel, they try new things, they meet different people, they live fully and expand their horizons every single day. The beauty of such individuals is that their knowledge isn't limited to one area or one perspective. They are well-rounded, constantly growing, and always open to new experiences. But here's the catch: being interesting is only half the equation. You must also be interested. You have to care. People are drawn to those who not only have something to share, but are also deeply curious about others. They crave that feeling of being heard and understood. So, ask real questions. Listen attentively. Dive into the richness of other people's lives. When you do this, you make them feel valued. And let's face it, everyone wants to feel valued. The Stoics knew something about this. The Stoic rules of virtue, wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance aren't just philosophical concepts. They're practical elements of wisdom that help you build stronger connections. Wisdom means making better decisions and learning from your mistakes. Justice is about fairness and doing what's right, not what's easy. Courage. It's all about facing life's challenges head-on, with confidence. And temperance, well, that's about self-control, balance, and moderation. These are qualities that make a man stand tall in a crowd, and when you live by them, you exude an inner strength and consistency that others respect. Men who embody these principles are inherently more attractive. Why? Because they're grounded in integrity. They are the men who don't buckle under pressure or compromise their values for fleeting rewards. And that predictability, that reliability, is what makes them desirable. You must know this when you show up as a man of virtue, someone who's solid, trustworthy, and committed to the paths of wisdom. Women take notice. Consistency isn't just a trait, it's a magnetic force that draws others to you. So, be present, engage with the world, expand your understanding, and build relationships that aren't just based on attraction, but on true emotional connection. Be the man who lives the Stoic principles, because that man will always be irresistible. 9. The role of financial stability and maturity. Financial stability is not about flaunting wealth with designer clothes or fancy cars to impress anyone. It's a sign of your ability to lead, to plan, to execute. It demonstrates self-discipline, long-term thinking, and a sense of responsibility. A man who has financial stability shows that he's competent, that he can manage resources efficiently, and that he has the foresight to think beyond the present. This isn't just about money. It's about having control over your life. Financial stability builds trust. It shows that you are someone who can weather storms and make decisions that matter. In relationships, this signals you're a man capable of providing, supporting, and leading. Leadership isn't just about power, it's about direction. And that direction starts with knowing where you stand. Yet, let's not overlook the true quality that makes a man magnetic: his relationship with failure. Failure is not a defeat. It is an opportunity for growth. Rejection is not a personal assault. It is simply a matter of compatibility. When a man views failure and rejection through the lens of Stoicism, he understands that setbacks are part of the journey. He knows, as Epictetus would say, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. A Stoic man embraces the reality of life's challenges and learns from them. He does not crumble when things go wrong. He stands taller, and in that resilience lies the secret. You want to be that man who keeps his composure when the world knocks him down, who rises above it with dignity. This is how you attract respect and admiration. You must cultivate the strength to remain unshaken by the temporary, because you know that victory is in your control. The true measure of your character is how you respond when things don't go as planned. You cannot allow fear of failure to dictate your actions. Instead, you must take calculated risks, embrace opportunities, and walk your path with the unwavering confidence that no setback will define you. Confidence is born not from perfection, but from authenticity. When you're not afraid to show your true self, when you're free from the shackles of insecurity, you radiate power. Authenticity, like financial stability, is a rare commodity in today's world. Epictetus, a true master of Stoicism, understood that true freedom comes not from external validation, but from mastering one's inner world. When you embody this Stoic mindset, when you are the man who handles financial stability with grace and failure with poise, there is a magnetic force that draws others to you. When you walk through life without fear, without hesitation, you become the man others look up to, the man others chase. Remember, financial stability isn't about wealth. It's about wisdom, resilience, and leadership. Live by the principles of Stoicism. Win, not just in the material world, but in your ability to maintain peace within, regardless of external circumstances. This is how you become the man who's chaste, even when she's with someone else. It is in your Stoic strength, your self-mastery, your refusal to be shaken that your power lies. This is the way to win, in all aspects of life. If you're ready to level up and embody the qualities that make you magnetic, it starts with embracing financial stability and learning from failure. Resilience and authenticity are what separate the strong from the rest. Comment below, I embrace failure as a lesson and lead with resilience. This is your first step toward becoming the man who commands respect and admiration. 10. Personal growth and strength in relationships. In a world where most people are obsessed with curating the perfect image, few ever show their true selves. Too often, we're caught up in the facade, hiding behind masks of what we think others want to see, afraid to let our raw, authentic selves shine. But let me tell you this, when you become comfortable with who you really are, flaws and all, you grant others the freedom to do the same. This isn't about being flawless, it's about being real. And this is where the old Stoic wisdom comes into play, where true strength lies in accepting yourself fully, imperfections included. You see, when you're comfortable in your own skin, the right people gravitate toward you. The concept of pre-selection in evolutionary psychology shows us that people are drawn to those who are already desired by others. But here's the catch. This attraction doesn't rely on tricks or playing games. You don't need to create some artificial scarcity to get attention. Instead, it's about developing your inner qualities, the ones that naturally make you magnetic confidence, emotional stability, competence, integrity, and above all, a clear sense of purpose. When you embody these qualities, when you have the iron mind that remains steady and unshaken through life's ups and downs, you naturally start to attract positive attention. Others don't just notice your outward appearance or charm. They see a person with substance, someone who is grounded and capable. This is what creates real social proof, not the fake popularity that relies on fleeting trends or superficial tactics. You become someone others want to be around, not because of anything you manipulate, but because of the person you've become through consistent self-improvement. This is why personal growth is key. Every challenge you overcome, every skill you develop, every fear you face builds your strength and attracts others to you. Whether it's learning a new language, mastering a musical instrument, developing your professional expertise, or simply improving your cooking skills. Each effort makes you more interesting, more capable, and ultimately more magnetic. It's the old Stoic principles in action, focusing on what you can control, refining your character, and building resilience. But here's where many men go wrong. They chase the wrong things. They get caught up in external validation, in the idea that they need to impress others to be worthy of their attention. But that's not the path to lasting attraction. The true journey is one of personal development and self-respect. When you're committed to growing, to becoming a better version of yourself, not to impress anyone, but because you owe it to yourself, you become someone who commands respect. This is the essence of a powerful relationship, not a game of manipulation or external validation, but a partnership built on mutual respect, purpose, and personal growth. When you develop this inner strength, this unshakable confidence derived from Stoic principles, others are naturally drawn to you. Why? Because people want to be around those who are living a life of value, a life they admire and want to be part of. And this is where the magic happens. You don't need to chase anyone. When you become the best version of yourself, they'll chase you. They'll be drawn to the life you're building, the strength you're showing, and the person you've become. So, don't waste time trying to be someone you're not. Don't waste energy playing games or pretending to be something you're not. Be the man who embodies the true power of stoicism, self-control, integrity, and purpose. When you do, you'll find that people, especially women, can't help but be drawn to you, even if they're already with someone else. The key is not manipulation, but real, sustained personal growth that shines through everything you do. 11. Gratitude and contribution to others. Building the life you desire takes time, effort, and consistency. There's no magic pill, no quick fix. But trust this, the path is not only worth walking, it's necessary. It's about transforming your habits, mindset, and approach to life. Patience is key, and results will follow when you remain committed to the process. If you want to cultivate qualities like confidence, emotional intelligence, physical fitness, communication skills, virtue, competence, resilience, and authenticity, it all begins with your willingness to evolve every day. The Stoic rules teach us that our progress is not about seeking instant results, but about steady improvement. It is a lifelong practice of constant growth. As you walk the path of wisdom, you'll start to notice a profound shift. Everything around you, your relationships, your opportunities, your success, begins to align in ways you could never have imagined. But here's the kicker. None of this happens because you're chasing it. It happens because you are living in alignment with something greater than yourself. A man who follows practical stoicism understands that the secret is not in the pursuit, but in the transformation. The magnetic man doesn't chase anyone because he doesn't need to. His life, his purpose, and his presence draw others in naturally. Now, let's dive deeper. The magnetic man is first and foremost on a mission. His focus is sharp, his goals are clear. He has no time to waste on unnecessary distractions. He is too busy building an incredible life, a life rooted in purpose and driven by action. People see this, and they are attracted to it, not because he's trying to impress them, but because his life speaks for itself. His energy, his determination, his unshakable confidence. It's magnetic. But here's where gratitude and contribution come in. The magnetic man is not just building for himself, he's building for others. He understands that true success comes from giving your time, your energy, your knowledge, and your compassion. It's in the small acts of service, the silent gestures of kindness, and the conscious contributions to the lives of others that you truly embody the principles of Stoicism. Gratitude is not an afterthought. It's a practice. When you are grateful for the lessons life offers and the people who challenge you, you start to realize that every experience, whether good or bad, is part of the greater plan. Contribution follows naturally. When you are living in alignment with the Stoic rules, you begin to see that your purpose is not just about achieving for yourself, it's about lifting others along the way. It's about creating an environment where your growth fuels the growth of those around you. The magnetic man isn't just impressive, he's a force for good, constantly giving back, not out of obligation, but because it's who he is. He knows that his life's work must extend beyond his own desires and ambitions. That is what makes him truly powerful. So remember this, you must build yourself to the point where you no longer chase anyone or anything. You build a life that's so impressive that it attracts others naturally. This is the essence of practical stoicism. Focus on your mission, your growth, and your contributions to others, and the relationships, opportunities, and success will come, not because you chased them, but because you became someone worth pursuing. You, my friend, are the magnet. Keep living the paths of wisdom. 12. Self-acceptance and personal growth. To master the art of magnetic masculinity, you must first understand the power of self-acceptance and personal growth. You must learn to calibrate your behavior to the social dynamics around you without becoming a people pleaser. Social calibration is not about losing yourself to fit in. It's about adapting your behavior in a way that maintains your core identity while fostering genuine, positive interactions with others. You cannot bend who you are for the approval of others. Instead, you adjust your approach without compromising your authenticity. As Epictetus, a great Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle is the heart of social calibration. Be confident, but do not confuse confidence with arrogance. Confidence does not scream or demand attention. It quietly commands respect. A truly magnetic man is able to read the room. He knows when to be light-hearted and when to be serious. He understands that his presence can set the tone for those around him. Social calibration isn't about manipulating others. It's about the ability to create an atmosphere where everyone feels at ease, where your authenticity shines through without the fear of rejection. It's about understanding that your words, actions, and timing create ripples that can influence the course of conversations, relationships, and interactions. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how, Nietzsche once said. And this rings true in personal interactions. Your core must be grounded in your values and identity. When you are rooted in who you truly are, you cannot be swayed by external forces. The emotional intelligence that comes from mastering social calibration lets you navigate the complexities of human interaction. You understand the importance of timing, knowing when to speak, when to remain silent, and when to act. In modern life, this is invaluable. It doesn't matter if you're in a business meeting, on a date, or out with friends. Knowing how to engage people and adjust your approach while staying true to yourself is a powerful skill that will draw others to you. This is what makes a man magnetic. He becomes the center of attention not because he forces it, but because his confidence, authenticity, and emotional intelligence naturally attract others. You must be the type of man who doesn't need validation to feel secure, but who, through his unwavering self-respect and understanding of social dynamics, creates a magnetic presence. Master this, and you'll not only win in social settings, you'll win at life. Master yourself, and you will be able to master the world, is a mantra every man should live by. Let this be your guide. Stoicism teaches that we must control what we can and accept what we cannot. This is the foundation of true personal power. So, learn to master social calibration, but never at the expense of your authenticity. Build that deep inner strength, and you will command respect without ever having to demand it. You must be the example, the leader, the one others naturally gravitate toward. That is how you create the kind of presence that is irresistible, how you make her chase you, even if she's with another man. This is the power of Stoicism in action. You are the calm in the storm, the center of gravity, the magnetic force that draws people in without effort. Epictetus taught us that the path to true strength is through self-mastery. By practicing Stoicism, you align your actions with your values and create a life that others can't help but respect and admire. Hey, thanks for sticking around till the end. I hope this video helped shed some light on a powerful truth. Attraction isn't about chasing or impressing others. It's about becoming someone others are naturally drawn to. When you shift your focus from what can I get from others to what can I give you, start attracting the right people into your life, simply by being your best self. So, take that next step today. Invest in yourself, focus on becoming the best version of you, and watch how everything changes. The journey might not always be easy, but every small step forward makes you stronger, more confident, and more magnetic. Stay consistent, and soon, you'll see the transformation in every area of your life. You've got this. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.